Welcome back to the D.I.P podcast show. I'm JC.
I am MT.
MT, what that stand for?
Come on, man. Allow me to educate.
Okay, that's what's up.
That's what's gonna happen. Yeah.
So we our last show we was talking about that credit you was talking about when you got started.
Yeah. I first got introduced with the credit world pretty much back in give or take between 1996. Like I stated back then on the last show, a buddy of mine, he done passed on now. WH, he's a master electrician. He blessed me with some money. It was a donation, is what he did. It wasn't no work that I done for him or nothing. He just donated, just because of the fact him being much older up in age, and then he saw where it was and how I gravitated to him. He was at a point in his life being a darn near 70 plus, and here it was. I'm this young guy that he, according to him, he didn't come across that often, or period at all.
Right.
It's so
almost like a mentor for real.
Yeah, so he saw that I was going to do something with it and run with it, in which I did in turn. So where the credit came in at was we out here at Dave Arbogast because it's a dealership down 70 or 75, wherever it may be. But Dave Arbogast is what it was. So WH, he done been in the military. He don't know. He know what he know when it comes to military and wars and such.
Right.
But when it comes to the numbers, excuse me, that's where I came in at. So it was a truck in which he saw that he liked. But the truck that he saw that he liked, he didn't love it. So I told him, I said, man, you never purchase nothing in which that you don't love. If you just liking it, you're just wasting your money and your time. Don't be in a rush. So he said, but they may not have nothing nowhere else. Then that only means it ain't time for you to get it.
Right.
So from the financial standpoint of things was this. I broke it down to him. He says, because he asked me himself, he said, well, how is it that you came up with your numbers and negotiating as you do? I said, I looked over at him. I mean, I know I'm younger than him, but I still salute to him. I said, well, tell you the truth, it's about numbers.
You said that back in 96.
Yeah, it's about numbers. And I mean this, and I'm looking dead into the lens, so please know this. From homes, most definitely to cars, any car, all uppercase, any car dealership, they too, as well as a bank, they are a business. Any car of a dealership or used. Bottom line, their objective is to sell.
Right.
Period. Now, what a lot of folks don't know, I only know from being on the inside. So I'm going to allow y'all in. Them same cars that sit on them lots day in and day out, come them 28 to 31 days, whichever is greater.
Yeah, towards the end of the month.
Yeah. Them car dealerships don't want to have to pay the taxes on that.
Oh, I heard that before, too.
Them facts. So when you see them balloons go up in the big barbecue festival that's going to take place, that's to lure you out, which is not a bad marketing objective.
Right.
But a lot of folks, when they do come in, just as you know what you know and as much as you know, you still don't know what it is that you want. And you find that out, and you find it out when you get the right person who's the right salesperson.
Right.
Because the right salesperson, they're not even listening to you. I'm going to say that again. The right salesperson, they're not listening to you. They are hearing you. And there is a difference. Yeah. The right salesperson. Yeah. Just because they got the name tag on there, don't make them uno, number one.
Right.
But the right salesperson, he or she, they ain't going to apply no pressure to you. This is your pride and joy. This is what you're working hard to get to. The biggest mistake that they can make is pressing you. And if they anything such as myself, I'm going to introduce myself and give you your space. But I'm going to keep my distance to let you know I'm not far away if you've got a question. Because what will happen in turn is, guess what? The number one seller is word of mouth. If I take care of you, they're going to tell the kinfolk. The other kinfolk going to tell the kinfolk. Where'd you get that from? Man, you got to go see my guy, man. I mean, he down to earth. He ain't all on your back. He ain't trying to... No. And if anybody out there in sales, I don't care what industry that you in. I don't care if it's Amazon or whomever. It's about marketing and selling low, moving fast. Period. Facts.
He said marketing, selling low.
And listen, man, that's what it is. Anytime a new business startup open, they always come in with a bang, as they should, because they're unheard of. So they know they get competition. So they got to figure a way, how can we capture these folks and lure them away from the existing folks?
Right.
And how do you do that? Same product, lower price. Different merchandise, lower price. But once we got you on the hook, now we take the price and work our way up. Now, here's the sad part. These new companies to the existing companies, they tend to keep, and they got great salespeople. They've got great supervisors. They've got great managers. They've got great district managers. They got great general managers. But do all of them deserve that title of great? Hell no. They good. Now here's the part, and this is all true experience. This is true. This is my own encounters. Here's a situation where the general manager don't want to hear no negativity. That's where the supervisor takes care of that before it gets to the general manager. Because if it gets to the general manager, the supervisor gonna catch habit. Then the supervisor will come down on the manager. Come on now.
Come on now.
Yeah.
That's what they say, shit roll downhill.
Whew. Yeah.
That's what they mean by when it rolls downhill, it goes downhill. So once it get to the manager looking at the employees.
And then guess what? When you, not you, but just saying you, when you as somebody who has a title, when you don't have or nobody that has nothing negative to say against you, you ain't doing your dang on job right.
Facts.
Right.
Facts.
You ain't doing your job right. Now, as crazy as that may sound,
that's facts.
You're not doing your job right.
That's facts.
Because there's no place of employment in which that everybody's happy to come and see their manager or their supervisor.
They're not happy because you got to enforce
certain
certain rules. Got to. And if you're not enforcing them.
But there's this thing, it's called respect. See me as whom you are. You human. But when you come around flexing, and it's okay to flex, but understand and recognize you flexing too hard. Because you'll get somebody like myself, I can flex right back with you. And as far as you saying to somebody such as me, now I'm going to write you up. Write me up all 3 times. Is it 3 we get? Because we can go make it 3 now. I'm a survivor. I'm not concerned or worried about me losing a job that I was just over broke. All you doing is you just putting that boot to me to where I should have been going in the first place.
So tell me about you getting back to the credit, because you did went all the way to getting booted. You ain't never even worked, bud.
I mean, you know, it takes work. You know, understand me?
We'll get booted. You booted yourself.
That's right, right. But as far as the credit goes, it's like this, man. Credit starts with number one, yourself. Number two, not necessarily in this fashion, but number two is, again, everything is about believing in yourself. And I've heard it and I'll keep hearing it. I just didn't know. Well, they didn't teach us this in school.
This ain't nothing you're going to learn in school.
Well, you could.
Financial literacy is what it's called.
That part right there. And they only tend to want to bring that into your attention once you don't went to not high school, but college.
And sometimes you might not even catch it in college.
Facts. So the thing is this. You have to ask yourself, what is it that you want? And don't only ask yourself that, write it down. Write it down. If that's what it takes, write it down. What you want. What are you worth? Because I'm gonna say it like this. Now you asked me about credit. You know, I can go back to the credit. I am going back to the credit. But see, I have a passion about these numbers. I am a self-motivated individual. I observe a lot of people in all walks of life. I may not be able to understand their language, but I can understand their body language. Now, you take somebody with a credit, better yet, matter of fact, if you don't have no credit and you're trying to obtain credit and build credit, go to any institutional bank that you bank with. Typically, it requires between $200 or $1,000, depending on that institution and depending on what state you're in. So I don't know the specific facts as to what they may charge, but I do know it's going to be in that neighborhood between $200 or $1,000.
Right.
And what they're going to give you is a secured credit card where you put your own money up, and now you're going to use that credit card. It's a secure credit card, but you're making purchases. It's their way of seeing if you are responsible.
Yeah.
Now, don't look for no validation in your first 30 to 60 days. Let it run its course.
I think it's about 6 months to a year or something like that.
Yeah, get 6 months to 24 months. Give or take, depending on how it is that you're moving and revolving in your credit. You've got to stay on time with your credit.
And you got to pay that thing off.
Well, paying it off depending on which credit card company you got. But this is a startup.
All right.
Yeah. But you're trying to get acknowledged. And that's what you're doing. And they're doing. Because they're reporting that to the credit bureau.
Right.
Once you now done got that credit card of a secure card, then you're going to get the low-end credit cards who throwing you credits of a line of credit from $200 to $600.
Right.
As I said in our last episode, if I'm correct, the credit cards are not dangerous. It's the individual.
Right. You did say that.
Yeah, it's the individual. You yourself, you're scared. And it's okay.
Well, life on life terms happen to people.
Life do.
Happens. Stuff happens when you like I said in like when my car went out, all of a sudden I just got that $8,000 credit card. I wasn't planning on spending that at all. This was going to be for the trip, pay it off, little trip moves, right?
Yeah.
No sooner I got that car, that was called, your car is down bad. So I'm like, I get to the house, I ain't got a car at all to get to work. So now I'm like, huh? What? Next thing I know, that car came through the mail. I said, well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. I said, let me see what I can do. I went and bought me a brand new motor. Now, I didn't go get a used motor. I could have. But I said, okay, I'm going to give me a brand new motor because I'm going to keep this car for about 6 more years. I didn't pay it off.
Well,
so I did that. But guess what my interest rate was? Crazy numbers now.
Oh, it was a credit card that you used.
Yep. American Express. Yep.
Oh, well, see, American Express, they don't give you that. They give it to you, but American Express, they want it before the end of the month.
Right.
You understand me?
Yes.
Yeah. American Express, as I said earlier, all credit cards, they start anywhere from 16% to as much as, just call it 30%.
So I said that to say life on life terms happen real quick.
Yeah, and they do.
I was trying to build my credit at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was listening to some old, talkings we didn't have.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to build credit. I'm like, so moving around a little bit, that happened. Then after that, some more stuff happened. You know what I mean? So now, I make okay money, but I ain't able to pay that $8,000 off right this month.
Well, here's the thing.
Or next month. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing is.
So now I gotta walk it down a little slower.
I got a mathematic question for you.
Go ahead.
What is 3 times 8?
24.
Okay. So when your minimum amount due becomes
3 times 8. No, go ahead.
Your minimum amount due on that, was it 8,000 or 6,000?
It was 8.
8,000?
Yeah. I think
Your minimum amount due probably was $101 or $90 or something like that. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, you're right.
About in that area?
Yeah, about in that area.
Okay. And a lot of people will tend to pay the minimum.
Mm-hmm.
But I asked you a question about that 3 times 8.
Why is that?
Because that's what it is that your interest is hitting your ass for.
3 times 8, 24.
Add a zero to it. $240 a month.
Woo!
Until it's paid. Don't take my word for it now. Do your own math. Do your own math. I ain't telling you what I heard. These facts. Dip said.
He didn't say dip set. He said dip said.
Yeah, and he said. I tell you, I want to educate.
Educate. So 3 times 8, 24.
That's $240, man. That's just your interest.
Yeah, so what that means is 3 times the 8,000.
You do your math. Now that's all if you take and ride that ride all the way out. This is what you're gonna be done paid.
Right.
And this is what I share with folks. Don't be afraid of no dang on credit card. Don't be afraid of no guns. You control it. It don't control you. Period. Now, I may sound like I got it all together. I do. I may seem like I make it all so simple. It is. I just so happened got into it at an early age.
Yeah, and you didn't work it.
Yeah, I done got in at an early age.
You didn't work it.
I got in as early as when my mama had them fish fries and cooks and such, and me saving them pennies and such. Yeah, I was in an age of between 6 and 8 years old, somewhere in there. But then as I grew, and then I realized to myself, I said, you know what, hold on. So then going back again to WH,
right.
And then it came to the car lot thing. I said, I know that they're charging $20 on every 1,000. And so that's mathematically how I come up with how it is that car payment gonna be. And then before I even got to them with the car payment, because I done already figured that out, I then make the phone call to check again because see, I don't own it, won't own it, so I gotta go and get full coverage.
Right.
I done called the insurance company, gave them the year, make and model. So I applied what it is that they're gonna charge me based on my credit score.
Right.
My credit score being low, my payment's gonna be high with the insurance company.
Right.
All that plays a factor.
Yes, it does.
But see what I said in the last segment, like I said, I am beyond tired of banks. I understand and respect that they are business.
Right.
So any bank out there, you're going to feel how you feel. I'm going to feel how I feel, whatever. You a business. I'm somebody that's trying to educate the people. Now, you take that same bank that's welcoming you with open arms.
Right.
Come bank with us. And in fact, if you do an automatic deposit, we'll waive fees.
Right. They do say that.
Yeah. They doing that as an additional marketing tool,
right?
Which is a good thing.
To get your money, automatic deposit. So what they going to do with that money?
Oh, they got it working for them.
Right.
Yeah. In the stock market.
Right.
In every which way.
Right.
As they should, because they are a business.
Right.
And I didn't create the name. It's been of existence. It's use other people's money.
Mm.
And that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I read that a long time ago. Using other people's money.
That's it. That's all.
So have you been doing that?
Why not? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He said, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen here, man. If you don't recall nothing that I say, and if you never come back to the D.I.P podcast,
right,
just remember this, that you heard it. If not here for the first time, let it be your first time. The world of business revolves around numbers.
That's true.
It's numbers.
Because that's all we trying to push where I work at is numbers.
It's
no safety, quality, but we need the numbers.
Yeah.
They said numbers equal time off.
Yeah.
No weekends. That's what they said. Performance. We call it performance. We don't call it numbers. We call it performance. But the performance means numbers.
And with numbers, that can be associated with residual.
Yeah. Yeah. You know about the residuals now.
Yeah. So you taking somebody, and I've said this too, you got somebody in which matter of fact, since our last segment, I done walked across and stopped and got, I think I might have obtained about 13 cents.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I found a penny. I found a dime, a nickel. Yeah, that's 15, that's 16 cents. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not one to step over and walk past no penny. I'm going to get that penny. Yeah. So do. Matter of fact, got one sitting in my little solution. I got this cleaner.
Yeah.
To clean it up.
You trying to look and see how old it is?
Yeah, because you know it's got value to it.
Oh.
Yeah, certain pennies, you understand me?
Yeah,
certain years and certain pennies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hold a value.
So you seen that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I got a piggy bank to this day. Has always had and still got a piggy bank.
Yeah, yeah. I got an idea about a piggy bank, though. I said, I ain't going to just let the money sit there. I take that money and I want to put it in to make it...
Make money.
Yeah. But use it like, you know how the Coinstar, you can go put your money in the Coinstar, but I want to be able to put it in the Coinstar and make it turn into crypto, where they could just buy crypto with the change.
That's good. That's good.
That's what I want to do.
But here's the thing that I would love for folks to stop doing is to stop putting all of their trust into their banks.
That's why we're trying to change it with digital.
And all of you up and coming, to you current professional rappers, singers, athletes, I know you love what you do, and you ain't trying to hear nothing negative from nobody saying nothing to you. But it's you who's out there on that field or on that stage just making it happen, that's bringing the crowd. Find time and make time, man, to see where your numbers are.
Especially if you get
I
started.
don't care if it's a family member or your homeboy, your homie, your homemate, or whomever. Money can, will, and do change folk. It's just the nature of the beast. Now, don't mistake me. There's some thoroughbreds out there who's down with you and will die for you before they steal from you. But you got a greater percentage of those who don't abide by those rules.
No.
Them facts.
Facts.
I got a 20-year relationship I just had. Man, I didn't want that to come to no end, not behind no money, but it is what it was.
Right. It is what it was.
Yeah. I mean, it bothers me because I'm saying to myself, how in the hell is it that what did I do wrong? Other than being supportive.
Right.
Financially.
Right.
But I guess me asking for what was originally mine, I ain't had no place to ask. But going to your credit, as I stated, you want to start with that bank, applying that money, getting your secured card. Because once you establish that secured card, you're going to find out initially, once they get to reporting that to that credit bureau, you're going to start to get text, emails, or letters in the mail, whatever the case may be, because it's public record. You have been pre-selected, pre-approved.
Right.
You know, let's not mistake that either. Because it states pre-approved don't mean you approved. You understand me?
Right.
That means we want you to call us so we can go ahead and verify.
Right.
Let's start with that social.
Right.
Yeah. And let's not forget the part that we're going to leave out, that once we run this, your credit score is going to drop. Yeah. They ain't telling you that part.
Oh, they leave that out all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't tell you that. Oh, no, it ain't going to fix credit. We ain't going to do no hardcore credit.
And the banks in themselves saying they ain't too far off. When they go to approve you for that house.
I was thinking it was, for a while, I was thinking credit was a scam. They was scamming us. As far as like, the way you try to build your credit up, it take way longer to build it up before it fall down real quick.
Actually, it doesn't. But then again, your experience is different than my experience.
Right.
Like I said earlier, it's numbers.
Right.
It's a formula, numbers, system.
You know the formula? You ain't even broke the formula out. This
man, I'm living.
You said formula. Numbers, and you ain't even give us the formula. What is it? Pi 3414. What is it? All right, no. All right. I took it too far. I just throwing the joke out
there. No, man. Listen, check it out. The bank is a necessity to that individual who needs it.
Right.
But is the bank a necessity?
Is it? What I come to realize, if you able to, because there's some other ways I done found out you can build cash up. And one of them is life insurance, but that's another subject. But there's other ways. You don't got to have a bank to be the necessity nowadays.
I got something for that one that you just spoke on, life insurance, but we'll do that on another segment.
I'm telling you.
I'm going to make a note of that. Because I done been there too.
Oh, you been there?
Come on.
I've been there too now. I didn't show it. I'll show you now. Index funds now. Hold on now.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I should be a life insurance adjuster right now. That's
where
most millionaires is at.
You know what? I'm going to tap just a little bit on it. Yeah. So for those in which, as you put it, the life insurance.
Yeah.
And for those who running around without any life insurance.
Without any.
But you buying the bar.
Come on, man.
But you got the latest fashion on.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Car in the paint shop.
Come on, man. Tell them, man. You ain't got no life insurance.
Just got back from Acapulco.
You got 4, 5 kids out here. Come on, man. Tell them, man.
And no life insurance.
Come on, man.
If ain't nobody told you, D.I.P gonna share it with you. You can very well go and buy your own plot. You don't have to wait till your time to expire. Buy your own plot, buy your own casket. And in the future segment, I'm going to share where you can actually purchase the caskets from. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Take care of your family. That's the way you take care of your family so they don't have to worry about those type of things in case anything happened to a person.
And if anything do happens to you or you, that individual or individuals whom got a lot going on, you need to establish a trust. You need to establish a trust. That will eliminate all the mistresses, the kids that you didn't know about coming out the woodwork.
Hold on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
But that, like we said, that's going to be a whole nother subject.
Yeah, man.
And we're going to wrap this up with our credit segment. And we're going to talk a little bit more about credit. You know how to get started with the credit. You know, you get you a secure credit card, $2,000 to $1,000 from your bank. And that's how you get started. It may take you about 24 months. And
that's at the max.
That's at the max to get things rolling. Otherwise than that, D.I.P Podcast going to talk to y'all later.
I like what he said. And in closing, I am MT.
I am JC.
This has been an episode of the podcast.